The meal that is going to get me shredded in the next 6 weeks, ground beef. Oh, fuck. I think about food throughout the whole workout. The only thing I'm eating for right now is results. If you want to have more variety, turn this fucking video off. But me, I'm eating like this. Y'all how to make the best tasting green beans. Did my air fry get fried? This shit not turning on. Fans, welcome to another video, man. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on all social media platforms at Jalen Fit. Fellas, today we're gonna be talking about the meal that is going to get me shredded naturally in the next 6 weeks. As some of you may know, I am on the aggressive cut right now. I'm on an aggressive cut for about 6 to 8 weeks. Really cutting my calories super low. So decided to show y'all one of the meals that I'm using that's gonna keep me full for one, but get me lean as fuck. Fellas, we're trying to go into 2026 as lean as possible. Now, do I recommend you guys starting off if you're super big with an aggressive cut and eating like this? Fuck no. Go on a slow, methodical cut. Cut your calories little by little and add a little cardio week to week. But now, me personally, I've been doing this for a long time. I know that my body and my metabolism can handle a quick, short, aggressive cut. But today, fellas, we're gonna be talking about the meal that I'm gonna be making today that's gonna help me get shredded as fuck. The first part of this meal we're gonna have is some 93.7 lean ground beef. Oh, fuck. We got some 93.7 lean ground beef. We got some green beans, put some greens in there. And then we got a russet potato. Now, fellas, the basis of this meal is, this is a pre-workout meal for me. Focusing on high protein, right? A simple carb source and a little bit of greens just to make the food digest, right? And to keep me a little bit full through my workout. I hate working out on an empty ass stomach. I wanna have a workout where I feel like I'm properly fueled through food, but not too full, but at the same time not starving, because I think about food throughout the whole workout, which makes me lose focus, right? So I want a good solid meal, and this is how I'm gonna make it with these 3 ingredients. Now, fellas, you may be thinking these foods are basic as fuck. Yes, they're boring, they're basic, but you know what they do, fellas? They work, right? I know that beef and that potatoes and those green beans are gonna get me to my result, right? The only thing I'm eating for right now, fellas, is results, right? Obviously, I'm gonna show y'all how to make this shit taste good, but at the end of the day, it's just beef, green beans, and potato. It's not nothing special, it's not nothing crazy. When you stick to whole foods, fellas, it's gonna give you the best bang for your buck. You don't need to be eating a bunch of processed bullshit, high protein brownies, and high protein pasta recipes. All of that shit has its place, but right now for me and what I'm trying to do, fellas, I want to keep this shit as clean, as lean as possible so I can get as shredded as fuck as fast as possible. Get in and get out this cut. So this is why I'm eating like this. If you want to have more variety, turn this fucking video off and go find your most favorite creator that does the protein recipes. By all means, I use them sometimes too. Go for it, brother. But me, I'm eating like this, right? And if you want to learn how to eat like this, stay tuned. Fellas, the first thing we're going to do, and one thing I recommend you get is, and I say it in all of these cooking videos, is a food scale, right? This will literally help you know exactly what you put in your body, to the calorie, to the T, to the gram, to the macro, all of that shit, man. Please, for the love of God, bro, it's $20. Go get you a fucking food scale. It'll literally save your life, like I always say. But first thing we're gonna do, fellas, is we're gonna place the food scale and we're gonna set this motherfucker to ounces, right? Let me grab some silverware real quick. So for this meal, fellas, I'm gonna make it a little bit on the heavier side because I haven't really eaten like that today. I've been kind of pushing off my calories. So we're gonna do a good 8 ounces of this beef right now. So we're gonna go measure out 8 ounces. Damn, that's a lot. Finna eat good, boy. Finna eat good in this bitch. Damn, that's 6. All right, boom. Damn, that's a lot of food, bro. Holy shit. I've been rationing. All right. Got 8 ounces of our beef, fellas, and I already had half of these green beans yesterday. So the other half, I'm gonna just put in the air fryer right now. So this bag is 4 servings, which is 35 calories per serving. So I had 70 calories from green beans yesterday. Now today, split the bag in half. I'm gonna have 70 today, which is gonna put me at 12 grams of carbs for half a bag of green beans, which is perfect. Fellas, I'm gonna show y'all how to make the perfect, best tasting green beans on this fucking planet, right? And you're gonna use the air fryer, right? A lot of y'all use the microwave to steam this bag. You could do it like that, but me personally, I like to put them in the air fryer. I like my vegetables a little bit crispy. So what you do is, fellas, you set this air fryer right here. Let me see if y'all can see this. You set this little air fryer right here. Damn, this bitch. Hold on, boy. My air fryer get fried? This shit not turning on. Holy fuck. Let's see. There we go. Thought that bitch was broken. You gonna hit it, and then you're gonna make sure it's set to 4. I like to do 400 degrees, and then you let it preheat. Now, do I let it preheat all the way? No. I like to just throw them in there as soon as I turn it on. And then in about 10 to 15 minutes, they'll start to get ready. And the goal is to make all of this shit get ready at the same time. So this is why I start with this, because this takes the longer to cook the green beans. But what you do, fellas, you grab this little thing right here. And I had some green beans earlier too, so it is still a little dirty from earlier, but whatever. Spray, 0-calorie spray. I'm gonna take the rest of these green beans right here, and I'm gonna pour them in the air fryer. Super simple, super easy, fellas. Super simple, super easy. Then you're gonna hit it with a little bit more spray. And now this is what I put on it. This is what I put on my green beans to make them bitches taste good. All right. I do this Montreal chicken seasoning, yes, on my green beans. And you can't never go wrong with some good old sea salt. And this is what I put on them, right? So I take that seasoning. Damn, that bit closed. I got a fresh pack. Bitch. So I take the chicken seasoning, I spread it on there like that, just a little bit, and then I take some sea salt, and I spread it over like that. Boom. Now I put that back in, and then I just let that run on 400 for about 10 to 15 minutes until they get a little bit crispy, how I like them. Not too burnt. Don't leave them in too long because they will burn on your ass. But a little bit crispy, and then that's when we'll add it to the beef. Fellas, I got a little bit of chicken left. I got this little bitty ass, let me show you. I got this little bitty ass piece of chicken left in the refrigerator, and I'm tired of looking at it, so I'm gonna go ahead and add it to the beef. We're gonna see how much protein this is. So that little chicken is 2.6 ounces of protein, so we're gonna add that to the mix. So now, this is our protein mix. And I'll make a video about how I season my chicken to make it fire. But now we're gonna wait on this air fryer. I'm gonna turn this camera off because the air fryer is pretty loud, fellas. And around the time when it's almost done, being that this protein is cooked already, the only thing I gotta do is heat it up in the skillet, or you can do the microwave, but I'm gonna do the skillet today. And the last part of the process for this meal will be the russet potato, which I just throw my potato in the microwave. This is a prepackaged one. And the reason that I get this prepackaged one is for portion control. I know that each one of these potatoes is 110 calories. I could get a whole bag of 5-pound russet potatoes, but that I would have to weigh it out on the scale for each potato because each potato is different. With these, it's more of a convenience thing. I don't have to worry about weighing it out. I know how much it is. It's all the same size. So that's why I get the one that's in the prepackaged. But if you don't want to spend the extra money to do this, you can get the 5-pound bag. Just wrap the regular one up with some water and a paper towel, put it on the plate, and then I'll put these in the microwave, fellas, for about 6.5 to 7 minutes. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and do that right now. So by the time the green beans is done, this potato will be ready. Let's break down this meal. Now, fellas, the thought behind this meal is to make it more voluminous, right? As in, I want to feel satisfied after I eat it. So I'm gonna put a bunch of low-calorie dense foods and a bunch of lean protein in order to make my bowl bigger, right? If I really was just lazy and I just wanted to eat a quick meal, I would obviously eat stuff like jasmine rice, or like some rice cakes or some Rice Krispie treats. But the reasoning behind the green beans and potatoes, fellas, is they are low cal, high volume. Calorie, high volume food is the way to go when you're on a aggressive cut or a diet or a cut, period. Reason being, we shouldn't be starving ourselves, fellas. We shouldn't be eating like fucking little birds, right? Picking at our food, and after we eat, we're starving and we're crying about how hungry we are. Bro, even if you're on a diet, you shouldn't be going to bed hungry, fellas. The only people that should be going to bed hungry on a diet are bodybuilders because they literally have to starve themselves to get sub 4, 3, 2% body fat. We're not doing that. I'm not teaching you guys how to be a bodybuilder. I'm teaching you guys how to get in shape. right? So there's no reason in hell that you should be starving. You may be a little bit hungry, but you shouldn't be starving yourself, right? So this is why we do low calorie, high volume foods. What is that? Like veggies, right? As you see in my meal, I got some green beans. You can do shit like green beans, right? I got some asparagus, right? Spinach, kale, broccoli. All of those things, fellas, are low calorie, high dense foods, and they're vegetables, so they carry a good amount of fiber, and so they'll keep you full and help you digest foods, right? So now we're gonna stick to veggies. Now, what is another low calorie, high dense foods when it comes to carbs, right? Everybody loves chicken and rice, but the thing about the rice is so easily digestible, right? It'll go right through you. You won't be as full. Now, what I like to do with my carb sources, especially when I'm cutting, is I like to stick to low calorie, high dense carbs. So what is that? Right? You got oats, right? A big 40-gram bowl of oats, soup gonna keep you full as fuck, right? You got potato, right? You got sweet potato and a russet potato, or any kind of potato that you like. I like sweet and russet. That's gonna keep you full, right? In my refrigerator, I got high fiber wraps. Those carry a lot of fiber and little to no carbs. They're zero carb wraps. They're going to keep you full as well. So as you can see, fellas, even though that I'm aggressive cutting, I'm finding ways to create more food for myself and keep myself full and satisfied, so it doesn't feel like I'm literally starving myself. Because at the end of the day, fellas, the calories that I'm eating right now is about 1700, about to drop down to 1600. That is literally almost a starvation diet. I could be super hungry, made bad decisions by eating shit like protein bars, white rice, high fatty meats, and a bunch of bullshit, right? But being that I'm paying attention to the type of food I'm putting in my body and the type of food that I'm eating, I'm able to eat more food, still get lean, and feel better. Fellas, so now the green beans are pretty much almost done. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook our protein, and our potato was already put in the microwave, it's ready. We're gonna preheat our pan a little bit, let that heat up, and then how I'm gonna cook the meat, fellas, is I'm gonna actually saute it in the pan. This is a very good trick on making your food taste better. Instead of microwaving it, like you see I already had this stuff pre-made and pre-portioned and pre-cooked. It tastes much better, fellas, if you saute it on a skillet and add like whatever sauce you want to put on it. It tastes so much better. It gives it that little crisp, and it gives it a better flavor rather than you putting it in the microwave. It still tastes okay, but it just brings out the flavor more. So when those green beans are done, I'm gonna actually toss all of those things in together with the protein and kind of like give it a saute. So it's kind of like a stir fry, I would say. So it all tastes super good, fellas. This is how I make basic beef and basic chicken and green beans taste like something you would probably eat at a restaurant. Tastes amazing, right? Find your favorite sauce, low calorie barbecue, low calorie sweet chili like I got in there. Today we're gonna be using this Frank's Red Hot, which is, I'm almost done with it because I love this shit. I use it every day on all my food basically. And I'm gonna saute all of that food in one pan with that sauce, and it's gonna taste fucking fire. So I'm gonna show y'all that. All right, fellas, as you can see, our cooking spray right here. I'm gonna go in, spray that, and then I'm gonna try to put this fan on low, and then I'm gonna just toss the protein, just put it in the skillet, and then that'll start to heat up. And then while that's heating up, right, this is when I'm gonna take my sauce, and I'm gonna just spread it around over the protein. So now I got a good saute. I'm gonna let that heat up, and then now, as you can hear that it's starting to heat up, just take my fork, kind of mix it around, get all that good food in there. All right, so now my green beans are about done. So now I'm gonna put my green beans out. As you can see, fellas, this is the color you want for your green beans. How they're a little nice and crispy, right? So now what I'm gonna do, fellas, I'm gonna just take these green beans and put it in the same pan. If you look at that, you got a whole little stir fry action going, right? So I'm just gonna add some more Frank's Red Hot, toss it all together, and you got a meal, fellas. You boys can see, this is how it's looking, man. So I just kind of go in and toss it in like that and make it like a little bit of a stir fry. Look a little ghetto with that chicken sitting there like that, but it is what it is, man. But this is kind of how it's looking in the pan. And then I'm gonna get that potato out the refrigerator. I'm so fucking stupid. Get the potato out the microwave, and I'm gonna cut that open, and I'm gonna show y'all the finished product. Meal is all done. Now I'm gonna show y'all boys the finished product. As you can see, Full plate of fucking food right here, man. We got some green beans, chicken, some russet potato. Shit look fire as fuck, right? Just trying not to spill this motherfucker, but still show y'all. But this is the finished product, man. And as you can see, look at all this food, man. Like, this is a full plate of fucking food. You can't tell me that you eat more than this when you eating a fucking Big Mac, Burger King, a Caniac combo. You can't tell me you eating this much food when you getting that shit, right? This is all clean, whole foods, and it's gonna keep you full, and it's gonna nourish your body and satisfy you, right? So there's no reason why you shouldn't be eating these kind of foods, fellas, right? Fellas, I've been able to lose 100 pounds eating exactly like this, and I've been able to help my guys lose a ton of fucking weight eating these exact foods, making these exact meals, tracking their macros, working one-on-one with them in the trenches. So if you interested in that, make sure you book the one-on-one call down below. If you're not ready to change how the fuck you eat, do not book the call. It's really gonna take a lot for you to change your nutrition, but I'll be with you all the way through. If you're ready to work, make sure you book the call. But fellas, that'll be it for the video. I will put the calories and macros for this meal somewhere right here. And this will be my pre-workout meal. Make sure y'all boys like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch y'all boys in the next video.